Well, I bet you thought I was going to come out of the refrigerator, but no, I couldn't get in there. I tried to stuff Father Steve in there, but he was getting a haircut, so it just didn't work. But welcome to our live stream cooking lessons. This is the 5th time I've done it, and it should be a lot of fun this evening. Now, this evening we have some great friends with us. Father Steve Celopini from St. Catherine's in Little Compton at the far end. Of course, you all know Father Tom Furland. He actually does live in my refrigerator here. And then Monsignor Bob Johnson from the Diocese of Worcester. Monsignor Johnson and Father Furland and I were on sabbatical together in Rome back last year, and we became good friends. We had not met Monsignor Johnson before, but we just had such a great time out there, and it's good to have them down here with us. So for our cooking lessons this evening, we have 5 kind of fun things to do for the summer. I'm going to show you a few cocktails because, as you know, it's a BYOB event, so I hope you have whatever beverage you have. Perhaps it's a gin and tonic, or maybe a martini, or a glass of wine, or a beer, or a sparkling water, or a soft drink, but pour that now. So I'm going to show you a couple of drinks for the summer, and then I'm going to make a little appetizer thing that goes with the drinks. Then a little appetizer that will be a fun thing for the summer. A ravioli, a real one, and then a cheat one, and then my mom's pumpkin ricotta pie. You'll love it. It's a great light pumpkin pie. So first, for the drinks, I'm going to show you how I do my Manhattan. So the ice is already here in the drink, in the shaker. And I, of course, use Jack Daniels, which I like, and the ice is there about halfway, and I pour it till I see it. So I don't know the measurements. I'm not sure. Some people like a measured Manhattan. My good friend Monsignor Simeone, it has to be measured, 2/3, 1/3 precisely. With me, it's like, just pour it in. It's fine. Then I'm going to take, for my Manhattan, this is a great a red vermouth. Not your regular one. It's a little bit more expensive. They have it at $17.76. I think Father Steve Celopini had found this because we were trying to get the right vermouth for Negronis, which I'm going to show you next. There's a great vermouth for Manhattan or a Negronis. It's called the Antica Formula 1786. Probably like it's 1786. And then I would say this is about maybe, is that a quarter of a cup maybe? A splash and a half. Now I like little bitters. In my Manhattan. Some people don't, but I think it's essential. About 4 splashes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, to make it even more special and different, I don't put a cherry in. I put a slice of orange. Any old orange will do. But if you want to make it real interesting, get 2 cloves. That's 5 cloves. Get just 2 cloves. Just 2 cloves.
Not too many cloves.
You'll be able to smell if you go on too much.
Oh, that's right. And then just stick it into the orange. All right? Stick it right into the orange, just like that. Plop. Now, a Manhattan has to be shaken for precisely 30 seconds. 30 seconds is 1 Hail Mary, 1 Our Father, 1 Glory Be. You get some great prayer time in. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now at the hour of our death. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses. We forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Glory be to the Father, the Son, Holy Spirit, as was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen. 30-second is done. You get 3 prayers in, and it works wonderfully. Now, I'll take this one. A nice Manhattan glass. Should come right to the top. Yep, see, there you have it. And then what you want to do is take out the orange, wherever it is, and put it right in. Now, the cloves might have disappeared into the drink. That's fine. You just want the flavor, and it should be just nice. So I'm going to take just a little sip. No, this is great. So the other drink I want to make is I'm going to make it for my assistant, Father Steve. This is a Negroni. A Negroni is an Italian drink. It's made with Campari, with that same red vermouth, and with Hendrick's gin is the traditional gin to make it with, Hendrick's gin. Now, some people like to make it with vodka, but then it's not a Negroni. It's a Cardinale. But Negroni, and it's equal amounts. So, again, we have another shaker here, and the ice is already there. And I'm going to use this little glass as a measurement because it's equal parts. So we'll measure this one out. We'll put a little bit of the gin in. Done. A little bit of the Campari. That is Campari. You can find it in any great liquor store, or even not so great ones. Campari. Va bene. And then that real nice red vermouth. So again, equal parts. And then you might put a little bit of the shaving of the orange in. I'll just put it into the glass. And again, the 30-second rule is fine, but since we don't want the show to go on for like 3 hours, we'll just shake it a little bit. The great thing about this shaker, my good friend Father Giacomo Capaverdi, this is one that has a little flip top. I don't know if you can see that. And you shake it, you close it, you open it, and it's done. And then you pour this in here. And there you go, Father Steve. I'll give that to you. And how does it taste? Let me know. Can you drink it and hold the camera at the same time? Cheers.
Wonderful.
Is it good?
Excellent.
Cheers, gentlemen. I know all fathers have a little something, and not well, Father Tom is mostly praying over there, but that is fine. So
He's in between.
He's in between. So, anyways, those are those two drinks, and they're kind of fun things, summer drinks or winter drinks as well. So now, next thing I'd like to make is a pepper biscuit wrapped with bacon. And actually, I'm going to use pancetta. So I've already made some. I'm going to show you how to do this because these are so simple. If you can't get pepper biscuits, excuse me. Luckily, that's still in the paper bag here. Breadsticks. Stelladoro. Stelladoro is a brand name. Pepper biscuit. And then you get your pepper biscuits right here. And what you're going to do is wrap them in the pancetta or thinly sliced bacon. Thick bacon would not work as well, but this works just fine.
And where'd you get your breadsticks from?
So these are pepper biscuits.
Pepper biscuits.
So Rome on the Hill,
Oh, okay.
Dominic Corfino, great friend of mine. In fact, I got the pancetta from him as well. I got this the other day, and you just wrap it just like that, okay? And then I'm going to put it on the little sheet pan here. It doesn't have to be, all kinds of, delicately wrapped or anything like that. And just the top is fine. And if you're using American bacon, that's fine, but you want something thinly sliced. You don't want the thick bacon because it will take too long to cook. I'll make a few more because I have some already done for you. See how thin the pancetta is? So that's what you want. You don't want like these big chunks wrapped around it. It'll just take years to cook. So we'll do one more. Then I'm going to put it in the oven. It's going to take, at 350, about 15 minutes. And then when it comes out, you're going to roll it in this mixture. I'm not sure if you can see this, Father. This is Parmigiano Reggiano and a little garlic powder. So you're going to roll it in that, and it's going to be wonderful. Now you put this in the oven, because the top oven is 350. And I'm going to set a timer for 15 minutes, but we have some already. Let me set the timer here, 1, 5.
350 for how long, Father?
15 minutes. And you just want to watch it only because, get this off the floor here, you want to watch it because the thinner the bacon is, the quicker it will cook. So you want to make sure that if your bacon's really thin or your pancetta is really thin, that it won't burn. But we have some already made, and I'm going to share it with the guys here. So this is what they come out looking like. And what you have to remember is that you can't serve it right out of the oven. It has to re-crisp up. So if you're making it, you've got to make it, and then it's about an hour and a half later. Otherwise, if you serve it out of the oven hot, it's all kind of chacoid. It's not good at all, you know. So, anyways, so gentlemen, if you want to try it and see, and let me know what you think about it. I pay them to say that, but hopefully they'll really actually like it too. I'm going to try one myself.
Yes.
All right, good. Let's see.
Excellent.
Have a nice taste. Did I make this in Milan when we were traveling? Did I make these once while we were out in Rome? I don't know.
They are delicious.
We ate so many things.
Again, if you can't get pepper biscuits, but you should at any Italian bakery, Stella d'Oro breadsticks are fine, or any kind of breadsticks. But they have to have some size to them. You don't want the real thin, grazzini type of things, all right? And the saltiness, the bacon, because everything's better with bacon.
Very nice, yes.
If you could get butter on this, it'd be everything better with butter and bacon. But this is pretty good.
Delicious.
Very good.
Excellent. So then, fathers, help yourself as we move along. Take a look at my notes here. So now I want to do an appetizer. And the first thing for the appetizer is we're going to slow roast some tomatoes. Now, Father Steve Salapini and I were in Rome back in December. We went to this wonderful restaurant, Cafe Rossioli. It's just past the Campo di Fiori, going to the Piazza Argentina. If you've been to Rome, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So these are grape tomatoes sliced lengthwise. And this is the first thing you have to do with this kind of appetizer. I'm going to put some dried parsley. Dried actually works better. You don't want the fresh stuff for this, okay? And then in addition, you're going to use some salt. That's probably enough. Then some pepper. And some dried basil as well. And then on top, a little olive oil. Just a little bit to say. And then you want to toss it a little bit. And you're going to cook these forever. You're going to cook these at 225 degrees for 2.5 hours. Is that right, Father Steve? I think it's 2.5 hours. And they're going to have such great flavor. And they're going to wilt down. And they're going to look like those dry tomatoes you buy, but not quite. They're sweeter. So I'm going to put this in, actually I'm going to save this for later and put it in the oven later because this will save. But what they come out looking like is this, right here. So if you can get a little closer view, see how nice? So that you can tell that the little sweetness. In fact, Father's
intensifies the flavor.
Intensifies the flavor.
The sugar level. So,
I'm going to let you each try one. I think you'll like it. Of course, after the cooking show, the fathers and I are going to eat, so we're going to have this anyways. But I thought, Father Stephen and I have had these before, but that's how it comes out. And then you can save it in a mason jar or whatever, and you can.
It gets better. Huh?
Oh, it gets better.
Yeah.
You can put it on sandwiches. You can put it on salad. You can throw this on top of a pasta. I mean, you can make a sandwich.
That's good.
So what I wanted.
how long did you put them in the oven for?
So 225 degrees for 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours.
That's delicious.
And it's sweet. I wish you could taste it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a little appetizer from all this. And I'm going to show you one. going to try to find a space here. I've got the arugula. Take that out. Now, your best tools in the kitchen are your hands, and they should be impeccably clean. So before I came down here, I did the 2 Hail Mary things with washing my hands, and that works. That was the guidance given to us. It's food for the body, food for the soul, so we got to keep everything together. Now, I made a vinaigrette, and on one of the previous shows, it's just olive oil, vinegar, honey, a little lemon, and a little mustard, salt, and pepper. I'll dress the greens here, okay? And then now, I have to go to the refrigerator where I started the show to get the burrata. Burrata cheese is a mozzarella cheese that is very, very creamy. And where did it go? There we are. There we go. So it's much more creamier than your usual burrata cheese. That's the regular mozzarella. Now I'm going to use a plate here. In fact, this plate is one of my mother's original plates for when she got married. It's the red and the gold around it. And we have 3 different kinds of plates for tonight. But I'm going to show you how to do this. So, and this, you'll love this during the summer. You could have this with a Frascati wine or a Orvieto. We went to Orvieto, Father. We had a nice time there. So you see that this mozzarella, see how it's creamier inside, huh? So regular mozzarella is fine, but I think you like this better, all right? And then I'm going to put next to it some of the tomatoes. Just like that, just to say. All right? And then a little prosciutto. So 1 or 2 is fine. Just like that. And you don't want to be too delicato. You want it to kind of look okay. But if it's too formed, it will look like it's too formed. And then some of the dressed arugula, huh? All right. And there, I mean, this is an appetizer, but this could be a main course, just double the portion. And what I like to do is just to drizzle a little of this balsamic glaze right on top of it. And I think I said it once, you do a little Andy Warhol thing, just like that or so. Because you know you eat with your eyes, and then your nose, and then your mouth. But that becomes a wonderful, wonderful appetizer. And again, with a Frascati wine or an Orvieto, you can make this into a whole meal in the summer. Sit outside in your backyard, relax, and enjoy. So there's our little appetizer. I'm going to put it off to the side here. Now what I want to do is do a ravioli dish. Find a place for it in my busy refrigerator here. There we go. Now for the ravioli, a few weeks ago I showed you how to make pasta from this wonderful Mercato machine that Father Steve Salapini introduced me to, as well as the Philips machine. So those are great machines. I gotta take a sip of my drink here. Hold on 1 second here. I've been neglecting my Manhattan. Yeah, there we go. So, the great thing about this microphone, it picks up everything in the whole neighborhood. Just want to let you guys know.
Okay, thank you for letting us know.
There you go. All right. So, yeah, you can be down the street and this microphone picks up things. So I'm going to put on the machine here, and I got to get this flattened out. So we're going to get it through the machine. It won't take that long. So what I'm doing tonight is I'm showing you how to make a ravioli, but also a cheap ravioli. So this is the pasta with the pasta machine, and this is great. You'll love it.
Father, what are you doing on the side there with that knob?
Oh, so you keep on increasing the thinness of the pasta that you are making. Okay? So you start with 0, and then now it's on 3. This is 4. And the last one will be 5. There we go. Now, what I want to do is just get a little flour here on the board and on here, just so I can put it out so it won't stick. You can see it already stuck a little bit up here, but that's fine. You can always put it through the machine again.
That's how you know it's a live show.
That's right, exactly. So it's all ready to go, and I'm going to use this little cookie cutter here. There are all kinds of ravioli cutters, but I kind of like this one here. So I'm just going to make a few of them. These are the real raviolis. You kind of just press it right down. I'm going to make 2 of them this way. And there you have it, huh? I'm going to take the excess dough and save it for later. So now I have 4 ravioli rounds here. I'm going to put them on my cutting board here. And I'm using a mixture for the real raviolis of ricotta and spinach. You get ricotta cheese. Supreme ricotta is always very good. It's a Rhode Island kind of thing. You don't need to put a lot on. In fact, that's probably a little bit too much. So I'm going to put a little bit less. All right. And now I like to just put a little egg wash. I know my friend Father Filippini doesn't do the egg wash, but I like to put just a little, just to say, just so it sticks a little bit better. And then you put the top on, just like that. And then I'm going to get a little fork here, and you want to press it in to get the air out, because the air inside ravioli is not your friend.
What might happen if you leave all that air in there?
Leave it all, it'll just blow up. Right?
whole thing.
Right, Father, it'll just blow, the whole thing will just blow up. Just right in the boiling water, the whole thing will just blow up. So you want to try to, and it's easy to get it because you can feel the air coming out of it. So it's not, you don't want the ravioli to blow up. But now there you have it. There is the real deal. Okay? All right? Now, what I'm going to do is show you a cheat version. Cheat version is you go to your produce section and get wonton wrappers. You can find them in any store, Stop and Shop, Market Basket, and it's the same. It's just water and flour in the wonton, and there's no egg. So if some people are allergic to eggs, if Josh Cadero is washing, this is a perfect way to do without egg. And then the real cheat version of this, instead of ricotta cheese, which can be very expensive, use cottage cheese and spinach. So this mixture here is cottage cheese and spinach. And we're going to put that right in the center again. And you know what? I hate to say this, but you really can't tell the difference. So, ricotta is so Italian, but with the cottage cheese, once in a ravioli like this, you really can't tell the difference. Again, you put a little bit like that in, and then wash it with the egg. Okay? And then you put another one on top. Yeah, it's actually very easy to make, Father.
You make it look so easy.
Well, I try my best. That's the whole thing. You try your best to make it look
And you
easy.
keep telling me cooking is easy.
Cooking is a cinch.
Never believe.
You know, well, Father Tom, he doesn't make dinner. He makes reservations, as you all know. And again, we're doing the same thing with the fork here. We're getting the air out. All right. And the same thing with the second one here. Getting all the air out. And we're kind of gluing it together. Now, what I prefer to do is freeze them now. You can put it in boiling water right now, but I prefer to freeze them. It just gets them a little bit more together. So I'm going to let them stay here for a second. I'm going to make you the sauce for this, which is a sweet pea pesto sauce. Again, Father Steve Salapini made this sauce for me before, and it's so good. And I'm kind of following his recipe and a few things that I've added. So we're going to go over here to the blender. And for this sauce, Oh, and that means something's done. I think that is the... Yes, they're done. So see, these are the pepper biscuits, and see it's all crisped up. And then you just roll them in the cheese and in the garlic powder, and then they're ready, but you have to let it sit for a little bit, okay? So I'll just put them over here for the time being and go back to our sauce. So here, for the sauce, fresh peas are really good, but if you don't, frozen peas are fine. You want to zap them in the microwave. This is about, how many ounces? 10 ounces of frozen peas. But if you get the fresh peas, that's really, really good, okay? So you add that, and then you add the juice of half a lemon, which is right here. And then the recipe calls for several glugs of olive oil, so that looks about several glugs of olive oil, all right? And then some salt, about a tablespoon of salt, right, goes in there. And then you want to put a little bit of parsley, but your big ingredient is fresh mint. Now, if you don't grow mint in your garden, you should, because it will take over your garden, it will take over your living room, it will take over your church, it will take over your school. It just grows all over the place. And mint is great in so many things. There's a great mint pesto made with pistachio and whatever, but you get that nice fresh taste, and that's about 2 or 3 sprigs of mint. And then you're going to put some cream and ricotta in that's been sitting here in ice, and then some nice fresh Parmigiano Reggiano. And I'm going to grate it right into the blender here. And how much is that? I would say maybe half a cup, Father Steve?
I would think so. That
Half a
should
cup.
do it.
Half a cup, yeah.
Scrape it for a while.
Yeah. But if you don't have the fresh stuff, then, sometimes at your store they have they grate it for you, but just don't put the stuff in the green can in. That will just ruin your whole life and your life, your health, and your life will mean nothing anymore.
Now, Henry, is there a difference between English peas and regular peas?
I don't know.
Oh,
Some things are just mysteries of life. I'm not sure. And then one clove of garlic that I just roasted a little bit. I don't like putting fresh garlic into a fresh sauce like this because it's just too harsh for my taste. And there you have it. So now let me find the cover. Where did the cover go? There it is. Thank you, Father. And then you just blend the hell out of it. Now, this is going to become thick, but you soften it with the pasta water. All right? And of course, it's all a matter of taste. So, let's get a little spoon here or a fork, whatever. Let's see what it tastes like. Oh, yeah. No, that's good. So, what I'm going to do here is put on the water and make one for you, huh? Now, one of the interesting things about a cooking show when you do it this way, without a whole production staff and directors, is usually right here on those nice cooking shows, there's all people kneeling down, pulling things off, cleaning things, and so you don't see the mess that a real chef has. So here you get to see what it really does look like.
And we 3 priests refused to do that. So,
Yeah. You'd think they would have caught the...
No, we're not doing that.
I was going to say that Lydia's stitch is much needed.
It's much neater. It is, yeah. So in any case. It's taking a little longer to boil. So let me move on to my dessert. And then maybe at the end I can finish by just putting a few of the ravioli in and dressing it, and then we'll be done. Now for the dessert, it's a pumpkin ricotta pie. It's my mom's pumpkin ricotta pie. It's a lovely dish. And everything's done in a blender. In fact, I've got it all right here. Not a blender, I should say a KitchenAid mixer. But you can do it in a blender. I don't see why you couldn't. So it's 1 15-ounce can of pumpkin, or if you want to make your own pumpkin puree, that's fine. But 1 can goes right in. All right. And then you've got a pound of ricotta, 16 ounces of ricotta. Goes right in, already measured beforehand. Nice, nice. Then you're going to put in 5 eggs. Room temperature is probably the best, but if not, I don't think it matters, but that's what they say, room temperature. Then a cup of milk. Now this is my own coffee mug, and a cup of milk goes right up to the collar, so I know that. So that goes right in, all right? And then a cup of sugar. 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. Oops. And don't put the whole pan in with it. And then 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. And then some softened butter. This has been softening all day. And you just put it back in the blender. Where did that go? Right here. And you don't want to get on too high because it then sprays all over itself. And the cook. Now, what I did earlier is, as you know, I just buy a pie dough and roll it out. My niece, who's married to my nephew, Samantha Keenan, makes a wonderful pie dough. If you make your own pie dough, fine. I just buy Pillsbury. It's great. Rolled it out, left in the refrigerator, and you want cold pastry to cook. So that's what we'll do. So while this is blending, I'm going to go and get the pie dough from the refrigerator. And here it is. It's all ready to go in my pie pan. That looks like it's done, and a little bit on my nose too, but that's fine.
You wear it well.
I wear it well. Thank you. And then you just pour it into the pan. I mean, really, gentlemen, you could do this and bring it home for your families, and they'd think you were a genius. That's all you have to do.
Or I could call ahead and you could make it.
I could go ahead and make it. So now I'm going to put it in the oven. It goes in at 450 degrees for the first 15 minutes. Then you shut it down to 350 for the last 55 minutes. And it just so happens that I have one made. Now look at this. This looks wonderful. And it's very light. Sometimes pumpkin pie can be heavy, but this is rather light. And what I like to do is, let me slice a slice here for you. First slice is always the toughest one to get out. Let's see if it will come out okay for me. And this lasts in the refrigerator very, very well as well. All right? So there's a slice. And I like, of course, in honor of Monsignor Johnson, I always like putting a little chocolate on the top. Nothing wrong with that. This is a nice Ghirardelli chocolate. And there you have it. A little whipped cream. Let's see if I remember to get whipped cream. I did. Now, your own whipped cream is always the best, but, you know, these are tough days, and we just got the one from the can. And there you go. Huh? Isn't that nice?
That's beautiful.
It came out nice, yeah.
That looks great.
And it'll taste even better when we have it. All right, let's see if the pasta water is going. It is. Okay. So, let's see if this works. We're going to throw in one of the cheat ones and one of the regular ones. And then what I'm going to do, and I'm using a pan for the sauce, but you don't heat the sauce. I'm just using it as a ways to make it work. little sauce right here, just a little bit. And then you want to reserve some of the pasta water, because that will loosen up the sauce. Now, when they come to the top, that's when they say they're ready, but I find it takes just a little bit longer, okay? So I'm going to take, this is salted water, I'm going to just take a little of the sauce here, okay? I think they might be done. Huh? I'm going to take them out. I think they are fine. Right, so that's the real one, the dough and everything else. And this is the cheat one with the wonton noodles, okay? Put on top of the sauce. Just put a touch of the water, because raviolis are molto delicato. So you don't want to stir this frantically around. You want to just, and again, the heat's not on. I'm just using this as a way to make the sauce, okay? You want to add a little more of the water. Okay. I know sometimes people don't like green things that look green, green vegetables, green sauces, but
This is delicious.
this really is.
The mint and
You can smell, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Quite good.
so. In fact, as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, well, maybe if I did the sauce first with a little water and then put it on, it would have been better, huh? But you learn as you go. So, there's one here. Take off a little sauce there. Of course, this one's bigger, but there you have it. A little Reggiano Parmigiano on top, and it's wonderful. It really is. So the cheat one is delicious. The regular one as well, huh? Okay, great. Well, I'm going to turn off the water here. I hope you've enjoyed our cooking class. We've had 5 of them, which is great. Now, from now until the feast, I'm going to, we're doing takeout feast food as we raise money for the parish. Since we can't have the feast as we usually have it, we're doing it all different. So on Thursday nights, from now until July 19th, come and have our feast food, Our Lady of Mount Carmel. We'll be posting every week online. You'll be able to see that. And some of the stuff I'll be cooking, and then we have some wonderful cooks and chefs here in the parish. So it's been a great joy, Fathers. Thank you for being with us this evening, and thank you, and we hope that you'll come and enjoy our feast food, and getting back to church this weekend will be wonderful as well. So God bless you all. Food for the body and food for the soul. God bless.